afternoon, good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a fabulous week so far. But we are here to talk about real estate and what is happening. Um, so I'll try to be as quick as I can to give you the facts and only the facts and any suggestions and my opinions. Remember, this is a live stream. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them. I'll be more than happy to answer, or probably on the next live, I will address. So how's the market right now? What direction do I see us going? And what you think? And like I said in my last stream, I still think that we are in a buyer's market. But before we even go into that path, let's focus on things that you should be aware of. And that's what we're going to be touching today. But I'm going to share some information with you guys right here. Top for the second quarter of 2025, the top the 10 hottest communities in the Houston area are right here: Waller, Brookshire, Crosby area, Hockley, and the list goes on. And as you can see, if you're not aware where people are moving to, is to these areas. And you might want to ask yourself why. It's because they probably getting deals. All these areas have new construction. And I continue to preach on those is because that's where the hot deals are. Okay, not to say that you can still buy a resale home, but if you're looking for something comfortable with big 10, 15, 20K of down payment assistance, I'm not payments, seller contribution from the builder, that those new construction would be the way. I know Waller has a lot of construction going on. Brookshire, as it's continuing to grow. Crosby is becoming very attractive since they have a lot of activities going on over there. Hockley as well, and the list goes on. So let's keep on moving. How's the market? As of 7 days ago, we have 708,000 properties that have reduced their price. We have 5,175 properties that came in the market. So we still have properties coming in, and we still have properties going out. 2,772 were sold, not as much, not keeping up with the same ratio. So we have less properties coming out and more staying in the market. This only benefits you, the consumer that is purchasing. Okay, so we have 7,800, like I mentioned before, sales price. If you're not into new construction, you could just look for price decreases. Look, if you send a message down, if you leave a message, I'll be more than happy to send you a list of all decreases properties as soon as they come out, and then this way you stay on top of those things. So, or if you're not from Houston, you should reach your local realtor, or I could get you in contact with someone. Um, if this is more, you see right here, the little dot right there, it's inclining more to the buyer side. The further it goes out, the more dangerous the market could get. So imagine if it's over here, that means that nobody is buying. Like it's really is really, really slow. Okay. And that would be really good for the consumer, for somebody that is purchasing, but really bad for the seller and overall the economy. Okay. So it's good to be wise, and it's good to be not to be too greedy. But I ran into an article that will sum up everything right now. And it came out a few days ago, and it says a buyer's market with no buyers buying. And that's exactly how it feels. There's a lot of people trying to sell because we just seen those numbers, but there's little buyers trying. And the mentality that I'm getting behind all of this is that everybody's so focused on those interest rates. And I'm getting the feeling that it's because that's what we see in the news. They are fighting for new rates. As we could see, the federal government continues saying that they're gonna reduce rates within. Let me mute her. They're gonna reduce rates and in 2025, but we're already in August, so that means that they definitely gonna have to do something now. Remember, this is the rumor, not the news, right? So a lot of people they spread the rumors, okay, to get the consumer, the buyers, motivated. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is that the Federal Reserve does not control your mortgage rates. So only if they reduce interest, doesn't mean that you got to call your lender right away and tell them that what's the best interest. Okay, what's the rate and stuff like that. No, it's a domino effect. Okay, it needs, because your mortgage rates falls within the treasury. Okay, now so this is how it feels, so you could get an idea real quick. Here we go. Houston, right here, 26%. I want you to look at that. Sold above asking. It has very, very few. That means that almost no property has sold. 26% have not sold. Okay, the only positive one over here that I saw was PA. Okay, Pennsylvania. Everybody else, it's no good. So it's across the board. Okay, so that's definitely how it feels like the sellers are really fighting hard, but I need you to concentrate on the sales price, not on the interest rates, because you, at the end of the day, you could always refinance. Okay, so I wanted to share one more thing, and that is, if you look, like I mentioned before, new construction, you could go to Project Recovery. It's harrisrecovery.com. They talk about down payment assistance. They have homeowner assistance, and they even have a single family new construction program. Okay, that could definitely help you out. This it tells you all the criteria right here, so you could be able to purchase a new home. And does it, imagine getting help from the builder and also getting help from the county. That would be amazing. Okay, so to answer the main question, what is something that you thought that it was a myth when purchasing, but it's actually is not. It's a few things. Okay, if you're gonna purchase, okay, you do not need 20%. Okay, you actually could purchase a home with 1%. Right, you could purchase a home with 3.5% or 5% or 10%, or even there's 15 and 20. So there's different programs that could qualify you, whichever benefit you at the time of the purchase. Okay, i even I even found a program that has 100% financing. Okay, that it will finance everything, and you really don't need to come with a lot of money to the table. Okay, now keep in mind that does not cover any other small fees that come in. And what are those? Like your earnest money, you still need to have your earnest money, which is 1% of the sales price. You also need, if you're gonna do an inspection, you also need to pay that. Those little things like that do not cover. None of these loans will cover it. Okay, so that's something for you to know. And one more thing would be is that your credit score is important, and there is programs that do loans at less than 630. So you're looking at, you could buy a property if you have a score lower than 600. Okay, now is it easier? No, they're going to ask for more documents. They're going to ask for more data from you to prove that you are a responsible person. Okay, the bank is going to do their homework. The lender is going to do their homework to make sure that you have somehow miraculously are more responsible. Okay, guys, that's it for me today. If you have any questions, I would love to help you out. You could reach me. Just leave a message in the bottom and I'll make sure to get in contact with you. Or you can send me an email for faster information. And till next time, have a